Hi, good morning children. I hope you all are fine. Can we start our class? I think you all are ready with your text, notebook and all. Politics lesson we are continuing. Lesson 2, what is democracy and why democracy? So, can you remember what we discussed last class? Yes, the introductory part and what is democracy, why define democracy, and one conversation also we discussed in last class. Okay, today we can discuss the topic a simple definition. A simple definition. Don't worry, different types of definitions we will discuss in this lesson about democracy. Okay. So, last class we got a definition about Abraham Lincoln. What was that? Democracy is a form of government of the people, by the people and for the people. Am I right? Today a simple definition. So, again we can take or we can back to our discussion on a similarities and differences among governments. You know that I think you read first lesson. So, you got what is democratic government and what is a non-democratic form of government. From that you understood that what are the similarities and differences of different types of government. And previous discussion we identify one factor to all democracies, that is the government is chosen by the people. Got it? That means democracy means from the first lesson and to the part of the second lesson also you understood democracy means who is the most important or extreme power, who has got or who is the most important factor in the democracy, that is the government is chosen by the people. Am I right? Yes. So, we can start with a simple definition. What is this simple definition? While we are defining this, there are many questions are arising from these. Each and every word we have to operate it and understand the meaning, then only the definition we can complete it purely or completely. Okay? That means, what is a simple definition? That is, democracy is a form of government which the leaders are or the rulers are elected by the people. Once again, what is the simple definition of democracy? Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. In this simple definition, each and every word we have to understand, analyze. Of course, we will study it one by one. Actually, this is a useful starting point of a democracy. Okay. And with the help of the definition, we can separate democracy from other form of a government. A dictatorial form of government, a military form of a government, hereditary form of a government. Military form of government means military commanders are taking decisions according to them, they are ruling the country. Dictatorship, you know, Hitler, and also kingship. So, king is a dictator and also he is taking the decision according to that the people should live. They have no right to their own, people have, citizens of the country have no right to their own. If they are adjusting, if they are not at all ready to adjust whatever may be, they have to suffer it. Okay. And the dictators and the military commanders, if they are ruling the country, means they are taking that means decisions their own autonomously. Got it? So my dear children, with the help of this definition, we can separate democracy from other form of a government. Democracy means a form of a government in which the rulers are elected by the people. But a kingship, rulers are not elected by the people. In a dictatorship, rulers are not elected by the people. And the monarchy or a military command, military rule, the commanders or the military officials are taking the decisions. Sometimes we can feel that elections will be there and the representatives are electing also or selecting also, or they are getting the majority votes and they are elected as a representatives, but the decisions are not at all taken by the elected representatives. Decisions are taken by the military commanders or the dictator or any other political group or political leader. Can we say the election is there? So can we say that is a democratic form of government? No, never. There are, that means policies and the rules, norms and conditions are there for the democratic form of a government, that we will discuss next portions. Okay, we are coming to that areas. So my dear children, some of the countries they are saying or they are introducing that their country is a democratic form of a country, but it is in the paper itself or it is in the constitution itself, it is in the their words only. Practically they are not at all following any democratic policies or democratic qualities. That is why it is saying that democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. So one point we got from this definition, rulers are elected by the people. So to understand the meaning fully, we have to analyze and operate each and every word from this definition. We can do it. Okay. You know that army rulers of a Myanmar are not elected by the people. Army rulers, in the first lesson it is mentioned, army rulers are not at all elected by the people. Those who are controlling the army become the rulers of the country. ആർമിയെ കൺട്രോൾ ചെയ്യുന്ന കമാൻഡേഴ്സ് ഓർ റൂളേഴ്സ് ഒഫീഷ്യൽസ് ആരാണോ അവർ രാജ്യത്തെയും ഭരിക്കുന്നു. ഈസ് ഇറ്റ് കറക്റ്റ്? ക്യാൻ ദ ടേക്ക് ഡെമോക്രാറ്റിക് പോളിസീസ്? ഈസ് ദർ ഇക്വാളിറ്റി വിൽ ബി ദർ? Is there the people have any chance to take decisions? No, never. So people have no right to say no to their decisions. ആളുകൾക്ക് അവരുടെ തീരുമാനത്തോട് no എന്ന് പറയാനുള്ള അവകാശമില്ല. Whatever may be, what are the decisions they are taking, that the people have to accept it, obey it. Okay. You know, dictator Pinochet, in your first lesson you can see that his history. Pinochet is not elected by the people. Pinochet ആളുകൾ തെരഞ്ഞെടുത്തൊന്നും അല്ല. He himself is saying he is the ruler, he is controlling the country, he is doing all the activities and, on behalf of government. Who support him? The citizens of that country is not at all ready to accept. He himself declaring, I am the leader, I will rule, these are my decisions, that others have to accept it only. Got it? Some way the kings of Nepal and Saudi Arabia are not elected by the people. Saudi Arabia kingship is there, Nepal it was kingship was there. So these all people were not elected by the people. According to hereditary or it is they happen born into the royal family. They born royal family രാജ കുടുംബത്തിൽ ജനിച്ചു എന്നതിൻ്റെ ഒരു കാരണം കൊണ്ട് they are getting the hierarchy of the power. That means ഒരാൾക്ക് ശേഷം മറ്റൊരാൾ അധികാരമേൽക്കുന്നു. People, it is not elected by the people. People are not ready to accept them. But the system is there, that in that country it is a kingship. That means royal families are handling the controlling country or ruling the country. Okay, the people should accept it. But nowadays recently few rules and regulations, Saudi Arabia it is they are ready to change. Ladies they have less hands in their political activities. Not only that, in the public they have no right to get license and case of dressing style, everything. That is a Muslim oriented country. Muslim centered country, so the laws, it is Shariat, according to that they are following. But recently few that means concessions it is going on their right, on their education field, their case of ladies and also their dressing style, everything, it is somewhat changes, it is happened, but whatever may be, it is followed by the kingship. Okay. Once again we can come to the simple definition. What is the simple definition? What was the simple definition? Democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people. So can we say Saudi Arabia is a democracy? Nepal was a democracy at first? No, never. Pinochet is a democratic ruler? Never. So, but do you think this simple definition enough for democracy to understand the clear picture? Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. From this mere definition, can we understand, or is it possible to understand the real picture of the democracy? Never. Why? No, we have to discuss some more facts, some more realities, rules, regulations. Then only we can get a, or we will get a clear picture of democracy. Every government wants to be called democracy. All are ready to call it as a we are democratic government, we also following democratic policies, even if it is not following democratic policies. Democratic policies follow cheyyunnillengilum in their documents, according to their documents, according to their paper, it is written that they are democratic country. Okay, that is why we need to carefully distinguish between a government that is a democracy, act as a democratic government, or a pretend to be one. അതുകൊണ്ട് we have to understand and identify which are the real democratic form of government, which countries are following the real democratic form of countries, which countries are pretended to be democratic. ആരാണ് ജനാധിപത്യമാണെന്ന് അഭിനയിക്കുന്നത്? Only through their words. That we can understand in this lesson. Okay. So, to get a clear picture, we can analyze each word in this simple definition, democracy, and same way we have to study the features of democracy. My dear children, and we can discuss that features of democracy, then we will understand the clear picture of democracy. Okay, and all of you take page number 26. You can see features of democracy. You know, features of democracy. So now we concluded that, or we reached that with a simple definition only we cannot, or we will never get a clear picture of a democracy. To get this clear picture, we have to analyze the features of democracy. So you can take page number 26. You can see a topic, features of democracy. My dear children, can you remember simple definition of democracy? Yes, democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people. In between, again and again you have to recall this definition, then only we can complete this topic. Okay, form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Here you have to listen that this definition raises many questions. Okay, first Mary and Linda madam discussed, they conducted a conversation. Each and every word they discussed the meaning, definition, why it is not, why, and the Greek word democracy, what they got, everything they operated and they studied and discussed about in that conversation. Such a way we have to operate this sentence. Okay. So to get a, that is, who are the rulers? Here we have to understand who are the rulers. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. So rulers, a word is the rulers. Who are these rulers? നമുക്ക് എന്ത് പഠിക്കണം? ആരാണ് ഈ rulers? To understand it, that means which are the questions we have to identify in this definition, which officials must be elected for any government to be called a democracy. ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരാൾ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കപ്പെട്ട അവയെ ഡെമോക്രസി എന്ന് വിളിക്കാമോ? Which decisions may be taken by non-elected officials in a democracy? Non-elected democracy, elected officials in എന്തൊക്കെ തീരുമാനങ്ങൾ എടുക്കാൻ കഴിയും? Okay, so rulers, the rulers, we have to analyze who are the rulers. Okay, so next, what kind of election? Rulers are elected by the people. So elected, what kind of election should be there? ഈ election നടത്തുമ്പോൾ how should be it? Election constitute conditions must be fulfilled for an election to be considered democratic. All are conducting election in its own way. Is there any malpractices? How to conduct this election? What are the norms and conditions of the elections in a democratic elections? Everything we have to study while we are discussing this definition. The next question, who are the people? Again, democracy is a form of government in which the rulers that we discussed, elected, election discussed, elected by the people. By the people. Who are the people? ആരാണ് ഈ ജനങ്ങൾ? Okay, but that means who can elect the rulers? ആർക്കാണ് തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കാനുള്ള അവകാശം? And should this include every citizen on equal rights or equal basis? Everyone will get equal basis, or these rights are equal for all the people of the country. Got it? Can a democracy deny some citizens these rights? ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു ഡെമോക്രസിയിൽ ഈ അവകാശം, വോട്ടവകാശം നിഷേധിക്കാൻ പാടുണ്ടോ? Got it? So these are the things it is mentioning. Not only, at last it is saying that democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Form of government. Democracy is a form of government. That is also one word it is given in that, form of government. Is democracy, can elected rulers do whatever they want in a democracy? Form of government. In your government form cheydu, the rulers can do whatever they are thinking, whatever they are acting, or that means whatever they want in a democracy? No, never. Or must a democratic government function with some limits? Is it necessary for a democracy to respect some rights of the citizens? Yes. The democracy should respect the rights of the citizens. Consider everyone alike. And there are some limits are there. Okay. So my dear children, while we explained one definition, democracy, simple definition, democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. From this definition, we operated, we analyzed each and every word. Form of government, after that the rulers and the election and the people. How these four factors should be in a democratic election, that we discussed today. My dear children, I think you got it. If I am discussing more and more, you will get bored. So my dear children, you have to read this area. Which area? A simple definition area, page number 24, 25 and page number 26 up to these features of democracy, where there it is a entry. That page you should read properly, understand it, and if you felt any doubts, you can call me. Okay. So we will meet again on next class. Thank you.